I think we had one violation. I think there might have been 4 overall, but it didn't really affect the pace. I thought it was great. The pace was really good. I think we got it in 2:20. I felt good about it, and overall, I thought we pitched pretty well, took good at bats, and then the things we wanted to see today, we got to see.
How much do you catch yourself maybe looking at the clock?
A lot. I was looking early, just kind of seeing how, in particular that J.D. Martinez, those at bats, because he kind of pushed it every single time. But as far as the pitchers, there was the one De La Rosa violation. I was kind of watching it early, but after that, it just felt normal.
What about that one with Peralta? Was that one that you even knew right away was a violation?
I didn't. But again, that's why we do this, and it was good.
Did you notice anything that you're going to have to smooth out? I mean, for example, I was wondering if you're going to have to get your signs. The third base coach.
No, because once they get in front of home plate, it resets. So like a first and third, or where you're going to throw first and second base. So we have that latitude.
But that's with the catcher.
That's right. That's with the catcher.
I'm talking about like with the hitter. If they try and they step out and they're looking for a signal for too long.
Yeah, you know what? I think that. That's probably something, because obviously in spring training we don't give signs at all until potentially later. That is something that we got to work through. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. But I think that just kind of talking about things like that, making them aware that they'll be more in tune with that.
That also only happens when you have like the 20-second one too, since it'd be someone on base.
You got a little bit more. You got a little bit. That's right. Yeah, you got a little bit more time.
Just overall, granted one game, but does that feel like something that's going to be pretty easy to apply in a regular season?
I think so. I think so. I think there's been a lot of talk all around baseball in every individual clubhouse. So you could see that guys are making a concerted effort to kind of speed things up. Hitters get in the box, be ready to hit.
What do you think of Miguel Vargas's eye at the plate, drawing a walk?
Yeah, he had a great first at bat. Saw a lot of pitches today. So no, it's one of those things. Just getting him out there, logging innings defensively, I think is a good thing, and just tracking. So hopefully sooner than later we'll get him to swing a bat. But it was still a good day for him.
Just imagine what he could do if he can actually swing.
That's right. He's seeing the ball really well right now.
Has he tried swinging it?
I think he's done one-handed swings with the bottom hand, and in the next day or two, I think it's going to be both hands. Some soft toss, things like that.
And what was the general feel in the dugout about the players and their reaction to the pitch clock? Were they feeling it?
They were all in tune. So I like players that are engaged watching the game. So that was the carrot, I guess, today, is everyone was locked into the pitch clock. So they were watching the baseball game. So that was good. But as far as kind of takeaways, I think that they realized that it wasn't as big of a deal as kind of we talked about, which is a credit to them.
Yeah, and James Outman had a hit today. What are you hoping to see from him this spring to really help him have a chance to make this opening day roster?
I think James just got to continue to man center field, continue to take good at bats. He hits the fastball really well, used the big part of the field, but he's gotten better every single year. And so our kind of encouragement to him is just stay focused on getting better, and it'll take care of itself.
Thanks, Dave.
An adjustment. It's something I got to keep track of a little more. Every pitch I'm making sure we're on time. But no, it wasn't too much. We'll get used to it really quick.
How much were you looking at the clock during at-bats?
Yeah, every pitch you got to know where you're at. Every pitch I'm looking.
You think it'll become second nature pretty quick?
Yeah, you get a sense of where it's at. It's more getting used to like when it resets, when it's 30 seconds instead of 15, or foul ball when it starts. It's more like getting used to that. But you catch it, throw it back, and the pitch is ready to go. It should be fine.
Did you notice it batting at all?
Yeah. I tried not to get in too early, but not too late. Kind of try to find that sweet spot where you're comfortable. It was fine.
Is it distracting at all? Like, especially when you're catching and you're like trying to keep track of other things.
No, not at all.
As far as max effort for pitchers, do you think the pitch clock is going to impact that at all?
No, just a little more tempo, a little quicker tempo, but no.
What would you think of Grove's first inning, especially the bat at Adonis?
Yeah, I thought he looked good, honestly. Gave up the one homer. This kind of wasn't a good pitch. Just kind of leaked over the middle to Lease. But no, he's throwing harder this year. His breaking balls are sharp. They look good. So overall, I think it was a good first outing for him, and excited for him. Good. Go.
Thank you as well.
Clock violation.
It's different. You know, it's different. But you know, you gotta adjust to them. You gotta adjust to whatever the rules they put. But like I said, it was different. Like it was the first game, so we'll see how it's gonna be tomorrow. But I mean, I got the 3-2. That was a violation over there, and I'm like, okay, I got the walk. Yeah. It was gonna be ball 4 anyways. But you know, who knows if it would have thrown that pitch. but that's good. You know, it's okay. You just have to like move on and just be ready for next day.
So
were you surprised by getting first base, or did you know that it was a violation, or did you just think it was ball 4?
Well, I knew it was ball 4. I saw it out of his hand, but I heard the umpire earlier too. He yelled like violation, whatever he did, and I was like, okay. So I told him like, oh, it's gonna be ball 4 anyway. But it worked our way too with Diaz. In his first at bat, like the pitcher took his time and his ball 1. So, it works both ways. So we just have to adjust to that and just trying to get used to it.
So he yelled ball 4 before like the pitch.
Yeah. And sometimes like it's a little bit in your head because you have the clock behind the center field. But I did it for my first 2 pitches, and I was like, okay, just concentrate about the pitcher because you cannot be thinking about that. Because sometimes you're like thinking like, okay, the clock is about to run out, but. No, just concentrate and let the umpire make the decision.
Did it feel a little different in the box? That was just the first time.
For me, not really, because I'm not a type of guy that take my times and everything. I'm just like, I'm in the box. I'm just want to do my business. That's it. And I don't take too much time, so it was normal. There's some times I'm like, okay, I have to get back really quick, but not a big difference for me. I know from other guys that like to take their time and breathe and everything. Maybe it's a little hard for them, but I was fine with that.
Physically, how did you feel swinging the bat with the back and all that coming off the surgery?
Good. Well, I don't know if you saw me running. I was running all over the place, yeah. First, third, and like feels good, man. It feels good. It feels really good. So I'm gonna be ready for tomorrow.
Did you feel like that was kind of a hurdle for you to get it in a game and trust that it can do everything you want it to do?
Well, I know the way I feel. I'm feeling healthy, so I know everything was gonna be good. So that's what I was running hard all the time, just test it out, and everything went well.
Since you got to touch all of them, did you notice the bases?
I know, it's crazy. I was like, well, it's more easy, to be honest. More easy to hit the base and everything because you don't have to be worried too much. Like, I'm gonna hit in the middle or something. Like when you see the huge, extra large pizza box in there, it's easy to hit.
Thank you.
Thanks.